Good day, everybody. Brian here from quantlabs.net. I'm sure you've heard about the Silicon Valley Bank collapse, and prior to that, Silvergate. First Republic's not looking good as the lineups for the bank run has already started a few days ago, and more to come, I'm sure. So today is March 12th, Sunday. They're predicting tomorrow, March 13th, will become a Ooh, oh boy, it's could become a very what they call Black Monday, March 13th. If you've not heard my latest podcast, there's one from Bill Ackerman saying there could be destruction along the way. Same with Larry Sumner's said there will be severe consequences if they don't bail him out. And guess what? The evil witch Yellen said no, and I agree. No, get rid of these people because the cronies in Silicon Valley want to cover their asses, let them melt down like they deserve to be. All right, so if you need to know more, listen to my latest podcast. You can get that on Podbean and throughout my new latest redesigned sites. So I want to talk about something I'm going to say for March 13th. Dare me to trade. Here's why. Okay, so this is my private chat server, quantlabs.info. Get in on that, and you'll get my insights. Purposely don't post stuff to public anymore outside the highlights of the highlights, just due to manipulation. I'm just getting kind of tired of like podcasting's working great, but not YouTube garbage because it's just not going anywhere. It's the censorship is going to get way worse than what it is now. And if I was so bad, I mean, I had a profile on Seeking Alpha that grew quite a bit, uh, and thousands of people reading my articles and Seeking Alpha if I was so bad, according to the eyes to the overlords at YouTube and Google. Nonetheless, let's talk about what we're dealing with here. So these last two posts at my general room in the private chat server right here. So our audits are done. The website redesign is done. So we're now in full swing. So here's one thing. So if you know about my OpenBB, I've coded up my own analysis finally. It seems to work. I'm going to go into that. And if you need to know more, my data. One of my data sources, which I'm not actually using, but I'm prepared to use, is financial modeling prep.com. Now, in terms of yes, will the markets go down? Most likely tomorrow. Actually, I think there's a panic already setting in. Just look at the current crypto markets. So I posted in response 4 podcasts last night regarding all of this mess with the banking collapse, what's happened to USDC stablecoin. I've responded to that as well. And man, I got a lot of responses from that last night with the number of downloads on those podcasts. Thank you very much for listening on that. Now, on top of that, I have now for the built up the value for my members. Now that's due to on my quantlabs.shop. And I'll put that more out on my email list. But what's really important here is with my scans in the Owanda world, CFD and Forex, this is the place to go. Okay, first of all, anything US is seems to be for the rest of the world. Now I'm talking a hot capital flow. US right now is very kryptonite and toxic. Okay. Many may not like to hear that, but with what's going on, they're probably right. And I'm looking at yes, gold is on the rise, but it's not in US dollar. It's in other currencies, which makes sense, and they're moving, and the volume shows it over the last few days, leading into tonight as well on Sunday, as the international markets open up. So there's that. There's some other forex pairs that are lining up, which I kind of predicted that are moving and moving big. One that I kind of suspected may move as well, but they're not, again, US dollar related. And some commodities that you wouldn't think of are moving as well. And the Fed will have to react to that because it's a basic agricultural product. We're not talking oil as well, but yes, gold seems to be moving. When I just did the scan, and some certain currencies are moving. So there's that. Also, I really thought that the US markets would be in a lot of trouble. As I've told you before about the Open BB fiasco, you can go to that as well. So I did my scans. I got six stocks that look pretty good. They're not doing too good. I had 20 companies, 20 stocks on my watch list. And these are not just US based. They're US listed. So these could be international companies listed on the US stock markets. Now the thing is that one of them is a big winner and it seems to, as I called it, seems to be blasting through all this bad news and just doesn't seem to care. It's a tiny little company in the construction space, and it's just like those are the gems you want to find where they're not affected by what's happening at the federal level or state level. They're just doing well because the economies are doing somewhat well, and there's a need for these kind of little companies. So a lot of the companies, as I said, their stocks were getting hit very badly. Not this one, not at all. And those are the kind of gems I want to find. So with my latest scans I'm working, I had 1,500. Five came up that qualified as potential movers, but with his latest fiasco since Friday with the SVP, they're nowhere to be found. So finding these kind of picks will be like very rare. It's like trying to find diamonds in the rough. So one has been found. I am going to expand that list from I think it was 1,200, probably well over to four, maybe even 5,000. So there are some winners out there. They're defensive plays, and there's the odd one that may turn out pretty good. So dare I say, dare me to trade tomorrow, and I will, because I've gone from 20 companies, 2025 on my watch list looked pretty good. They survived, but when Thursday, Friday came, they got hit hard, and it's those kind of companies that I trimmed. And now I only have four companies on my stock watch list. So we'll leave it at that. Also, let me respond. If you want to know more, I have a free section now. I just put up um, concerning a bunch of past webinars. We're talking dividend income. Be aware, do not rely on this. There's also ESG. You know, if you're interested in the conspiracy, of all this, that has been proven watching this video. On top of that, oddly enough, I did a topic on startup investing, and with this SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, it shows that not millions, but probably thousands of startups are not able to get payroll processed, and a lot of people are going to get killed. And a lot of these Silicon Valley companies are funded by venture capitalists, and a lot of them are vultures. As if you want to hear what more of my opinion on that in this latest webinar, again, you can join on any of those. Let me pull up the company here, or so the website. Uh, we are looking at banking, quantlabs.net/banking. And there it is. So yeah, join that. You'll get on my email list and you will get the first link will take you to that free page. Now, as this is now, just to sum up, if you're at the end of it, this is a test with YouTube. They are manipulating a lot of things out there. What's being said, censorship will continue with YouTube. I have don't put a lot of dependence on YouTube anymore. I'm more, as I said, podcasting, and I find major success with that. And some of my videos have moved over to Rumble with probably, it's not much more, but it's break it all down. It's up to 2 to 3 times more video views I get on Rumble than I do on YouTube. So, yo, man, it's time. Yeah, it's time. And these companies like Google, YouTube, yeah, and their stock shows it too. Probably do an analysis on it because moving forward, um, I will be doing more free analysis with careful research on what will get responses of new viewers. And I'll probably start that later today, tonight on my two websites. Those two websites are quantlabs.net/blog. The other one that I've redesigned is quant-labs.net. Okay, we shall talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.